What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I wanted to tap in on this story. I seen this video by Fantastic Hip Hop. Shout out to them. And it had me thinking. I wanted to go back through some of Drake's albums and really see where I think he started to fall off, in my opinion. But first, let's check out this video.
And this loss of core fans Drake has is the direct result of having his last projects both be as bad and as immature as something like For All the Dogs, for example. Because when you look at Drake's entire catalog and see how he has regressed, somehow with his most recent albums he has made himself sound more immature than he was ever over a decade ago, which in of itself is why so many people don't care about what Drake has to offer anymore, because unlike Kendrick or so many other artists, he has never shown growth to his audience. And so with Drake dropping this album in this time where it doesn't make sense on all levels anymore, and in this time where he just lost the biggest rap beef of all time and he is trying to save his career in any way he can and in every sense of the word because he really has lost everything, Drake going about his return with this project is just such a strange choice that is not just going to work against his favor, because from the people being tired of hearing the same old boring immature Drake, which again it just shows the lack of self-awareness, was one of the reasons why Kendrick won the beef in the way he did. And even beyond this, to the industry as a whole, which when it comes to the current suits Drake is in, this is going to cause a lot of trouble, as now the people who made sure that all of the last Drake albums still did well enough have no goal or priority whatsoever to make this thing look good, and really for the way he is now embarrassed and went against them, they really want to see the exact opposite of what they have in the past. I mean, Drake releasing this album and being this out of touch with what people want really feels like a joke, because over and over again, there is no way you could still be this disconnected from reality where you are still failing to resonate with audiences on the most basic level. And I mean, with Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance and whatever else he has planned coming right before this as well, from the boost that the Super Bowl always gives to artist catalogs across everything, to the fact that GNX's physical copies are shipping out that week, in this time where Kendrick is never going to have more hype around him, does Drake really think that this little collab record that he is dropping is going to do anything to help him? Because really, with the way everything is looking now, Drake's first week is going to lose to GNX in what will be well after week 10 of it being out. And now because this is where we are at and hype for the Drake record is so low, really in this round 2 where we will see Kendrick and Drake continuing their music careers at the same time as Kendrick is reaching new heights and Drake is reaching new lows.
Now, with that being said, and I agree with a lot of what he just said, it made me want to go back through Drake's albums. Now, Nothing Was the Same is the album that really made me a fan of Drake. Views was good. Scorpion barely got by to me, maybe because it was a double album. But then let's go to Certified Lover Boy. This is where he completely lost me as a fan. Now, there were good records on here. Champagne Poetry, Girls Want Girls is just atrocious. I couldn't even believe somebody even made a song like that. Fair Trade, Way Too Sexy was just a joke, and it ended up being a #1 record. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, you know. I mean, barely makes it by to me. But when I heard that album, I didn't listen to too much else from Drake. Honestly, never mind. Right, exactly. Yeah, honestly, never mind. For All the Dogs, terrible album. You go into Her Loss, which is just not my taste at all. So I would say you would have to go back. For me, it would be 2013. Nothing Was the Same. I really haven't been a Drake fan since then, though we're going on 11 years. And I think the video was right to say that Drake is going to give us the same old Drake sounds, unless he goes and tries to collaborate with somebody else. He doesn't have his own sound. So now he wants to use Party Next Door sound. And it's going to sound like everything that he's basically going to wear out Party sound. Because Party takes long breaks. So to keep his sound fresh. So by coming out with Drake and having Drake do his style, Drake is basically just going to hijack his style and try to take all the credit for it. But I don't think that album is even going to sell well at all. Let me look at this For All the Dogs track listing. Of course, you got First Person Shooter, which is the best song on the album. But you got Amen, Calling for You, Fifth Heights, First Person Shooter, Slime You Out was terrible. That was a man. That was a waste of a scissor feature. Uh, BBL Love. I mean, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Rich Baby Daddy. Another terrible song. Sound like a teenager like would have made some shit like that. Terrible album, man. Then he came back with the Scary Hours edition where, okay, now he's rapping, but he's rapping in that same style you've been rapping in forever. Like it's played out. And you know, everything wears out unless you change it up and keep it fresh. And I don't think Drake has done that. That's why I think he's in, along with the battle, of course, along with the battle. But musically, he's never had his own sound. He's never taken risk by himself. He treated rap like it was a movie. You know, he was just acting a role. He never was fully invested in being a musician. And that's what separates him from Kendrick Lamar and Kanye West and Travis Scott and even Future. These people have a serious love for the music. You know, they were not given a career with a silver spoon the way Drake was. Drake's never had a passion for the music. I don't think he ever has. And now we're just getting to a point where they're starting to show. Because without love for your music, there's no way you can continue to keep faking, you know. And the fact that Kendrick Lamar destroyed his credibility, just crushed it. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.